everyone, my name is Kim and welcome back to my channel, Bookmarks and Breadsticks. Today, I'm here to talk about my birthday. It's all about me today. On filming this, it is Monday, October 5th, and my birthday was yesterday. What I'm going to show you is my birthday book haul. I have 7 books. 7 books, which, first, I read 11 books in the month of September, which means that my max quota of books I can purchase in the month of October is 11. So I got 7 for my birthday, which I think is pretty good. And I'm also excited because there aren't a lot of books I urgently want right now. A lot of these books have been on my TBR, or my wish list, I should say, which you can see in the description below through bookshop.org. These are books I've been wanting to get for a long time. So I think getting them for my birthday, some as gifts from Dan, some from friends, etc. I am very excited to get to some books. The first book I got is The Growing Season by Sarah Frey. This is a memoir, and this is about, the subtitle is How I Built a New Life and Saved an American Farm. So she creates a produce business based on her family's failing farm. She originally left, she didn't want to be on the family farm, and she came back and really revolutionized the business. I learned about this book through my internship with Food Tank. I am a junior researcher. I am an intern there. I actually just published 2 articles last week, which I was very excited about. One of them was the fall 2020 listicle, where I got to list, I think it came out to about 20 books that are interesting to the Food Tank audience. Food Tank is a nonprofit platform that writes about food scarcity, food, agriculture, and some of the big challenges that we're facing in the world. So I was inspired by my own food list. What can I say? I picked this one up using Amazon and using credit I had on a credit card, like cash back. So I got this book for free. Yesterday, there was a pop-up bookshop, Carpe Librum, that showed up at the Music Box. Carpe Librum is a nonprofit that in Chicago, but has multiple branches throughout the United States. And they are similar to Open Books. They are a literary nonprofit. Used books that are sold help to be funneled, the dollars are funneled back into the communities to help create literary programs. So pop-ups, they take over a space. Quite literally, they took over a back garden of a independent music theater / they also show independent movies there. And I was really, really excited to pop in, pun intended, I guess, to see what was available. I ended up picking up 2 books, each for $6 for 12 bucks. I really couldn't pass it up. One is Wine and War, The French, the Nazis, and the Battle for France's Greatest Treasure by Dawn and Peachy Kladstrup. So hopefully I said their names right. I have read quite a few books about wine, but I've never read books about wine and the role they played in the war. I have, as I've started to read some of The Billionaire's Vinegar, learned that during the World War I, World War II, wines were super valuable. So people would go into their cellars and build these fake walls and hide wine inside it and then put brick up over it. And that's how some of those rare old wines made it through all these wars. So I'm excited to give a war nonfiction book a try. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. Obviously, it's about food, it's about wine, but war is usually not my favorite topic, but we'll see. The other book I got through the Carpe Librum book pop-up is Wine Politics: How Governments, Environmentalists, Mobsters, and Critics Influence the Wine We Drink by Tyler Coleman. So this is a pretty small book. It is, sorry guys, it's about 150 pages. Tyler Coleman teaches wine at NYU and the University of Chicago. He contributed to the 3rd edition of the Oxford Companion of Wine, and his articles have appeared in Food and Wine and Wine and Spirits. So because Coleman's a writer, I do expect a great deal of, what is the word I'm searching for? I expect to hear about how the literary world, how food magazines influence how we drink wine. Like, why did White Claw, White Claw's not wine, but why did White Claw blow up? It's because people were writing about it and talking about it, etc. I'm excited to give this one a read. It's 150 pages. It should be pretty fast to go through. Okay, the last part of this book haul are books I bought on Saturday and received from Dan as gifts. We went to Unabridged Bookstores. It is one of my favorite independent bookstores in Chicago. So obviously I love supporting a small business. Keep in mind that it's October now. Normally, e-commerce gets very busy November and December for the holidays. This year, the world is different because of COVID. There's going to be even less in-store shopping. Please consider first supporting your small businesses during this Q4 holiday season. They need it more than Amazon and Bezos do. Second, consider ordering your gifts early. Give the small business a chance, because a bookseller, if you're requesting a book they don't have in stock, they have to go to a publisher and put in a request for additional copies to be printed. All of that takes time, and you want your book to show up for the holidays, whatever you are celebrating. So please, guys, consider supporting your small businesses. Please consider ordering in the month of October to give longer lead times. I already have customers for my subscription box, Read It and Eat, that I'm shipping out next week, still tracking towards the holidays. If you put an order in by December 1st, I will make sure it gets to you by the holidays, but like, I'm stressing it just like these small businesses are. Anyway, let's get into the books that I got. The first book I got is The Man Who Ate Too Much, The Life of James Beard by John Bridsall. This is a new release, just came out this month, 2020. I actually got to listen to John on a panel. This past weekend was one of the weekends of the Brooklyn Book Festival, which was virtual this year. And I got to tune into 3 different food writing panels, which, first off, 3 food writing panels on the weekend of my birthday. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So Sunday morning, I had a cup of coffee, a cup of tea with my new Unabridged Books coffee cup, and I got to watch these panels in the morning, and it was really nice to listen to them. There were different topics that they went through, and it was a lot of fun. So that's how I had bought the book before I knew about the panel, but I found it very serendipitous, I guess. If you don't know who James Beard is, think of like the James Beard Awards. He's considered one of the founding fathers of American cuisine. He is also considered a closeted gay icon of the food world. This is his biography, so I am excited to see how much of that is true, how much of that is old wives' tales. Who knows? I'll probably do a review on that one, because while I know James Beard is like the man, the myth, the legend, I actually don't know a lot about his life. Another book I bought is a tome. It is huge. This is The Art of Eating, the 50th anniversary edition of MFK Fisher's work. So I've read one book by MFK Fisher, and she is another who is considered one of the forefathers. I don't know what you call a female forefather. One of the forefathers of American food writing. So this includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of her books together. Serve It Forth, Consider the Oyster, How to Cook a Wolf, The Gastronomical Me, and Alphabet for Gourmets. So I have already read Serve It Forth, and I don't mind. I don't mind that I already own that book. I think I got it for $3 in a clearance bin. I have always wanted to read all of her books. I think it's one of those rites of passage. No one has told me what the rites of passage are for being an expert in food writing, but it is a rite of passage I am placing on myself, and I really want to get through this. Though I'm going to be totally honest, if I read this whole tome, that definitely counts. I don't care what anyone else says for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. There are 5 books in here. So imagine if I read just this for October, that's 5 books. I mean, I think that's pretty awesome. And it gives me permission to buy 5 books. I don't care. You cannot stop me. Okay, 2 more left. This next one is Women of Food. This is by Charlotte Druckmann. I have actually read a different book by Charlotte Druckmann called Skirt Steak. So this would be the second book I've read by Charlotte Druckmann. She wrote a different book called Skirt Steak. This book, Women of Food, includes 115 writers, chefs, critics, television stars, and eaters, all from the female voice. I'll read the back because it's nice and large. Charlotte Druckmann and 115 women in food present an original collection of voices, stories, impressions, opinions, and hot takes on the questions we would ask or answer about the role food plays in our careers and our lives. This book came out last year. It was a nominated book for the James Beard Award in food writing. I remember when I wrote a review of Druckmann's first book on my Instagram, I tagged her in it because I try to tag my authors if I can find them on Instagram, and she wrote back to me and told me, like, yeah, that first book wasn't that great. Women in Food, much better. I hope you give it a try. So I bought this myself. This is not an ARC. This is not a book from the writer, but I am excited to talk about it and then maybe tag her and see if she talks to me again. It's really cool when anyone talks to little old me with my 105 Instagram followers. It's another really hefty book. It is almost 400 pages. So I don't think I'm going to be able to read The Art of Eating by M.F.K. Fisher and Women in Food in the same month. But because both of those books are tomes, big anthologies, I could probably like read a chapter, put it down, or read a story, put it down, read from one female author, put it down. So that's going to be my goal. I don't know if I'll get to either of them in October or November, because I will have in another video my nonfiction November reading. So I do have 5 books I've already allocated for November. So who knows, but it's exciting. I've wanted that book for over a year, so I'm very glad to have it. Dan got that one specifically for me. The final book I got is not a food writing book at all. It is I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf. This is by the comic book artist, excuse me, the comic artist Grant Snyder. And it is just adorable. I love all of the tropes of readers and what we are obsessed with. Hopefully this shows up for you guys. I read it, I already finished it. I don't even know if it counts as reading a book, but I don't care. This is a book that spoke to me. Like, some of these prompts in comics are so cute, and I do judge other people by their bookshelves. Mostly because a lot of people don't have bookshelves, and that makes me sad. Obviously, BookTube, you all have beautiful bookshelves. I love your book tours. I'm never going to own the fantasy books you own, but you have some beautiful covers, and it's a lot of fun. But like, oh my God, look at like, how do you organize your bookshelf? I think this stuff is hilarious because I am not someone who organizes by colorful spines. I organize by authors' last names, but I have thought about pulling the shelves down and starting over and breaking it into subgenres and then by alphabetical order of the author's last name. So would you want a bookshelf tour where I show you all of my memoirs, then all of my food history, then all of my food special topics, or things that I used in my book duos or in my sweet series? Which reminds me, I have to film a sweet series in the next couple weeks. It's been a hot minute since I brought you Fluff and Candy Freak, so I think maybe we'll talk about ice cream or something fun like that. But I think any book lover would love this as a gift. This is a great coffee table read. It's great to flip through. It makes me happy. And it was just one of those books I bought for myself because I wanted to. Being 30, I just turned 31 yesterday. So being 30, there was a lot of shit that went down this year. It's 2020. So it goes without saying, we're all enduring COVID. Other things that happened when I turned, in the year of being 30, my dad's cancer came back. I lost my job during the middle of COVID. I had to file unemployment for the first time. There were lots of low moments. There were also lots of high moments as well. I have a new job that I adore. I launched this BookTube channel and my subscription box. I got married to the love of my life, and we yesterday celebrated our 8-year anniversary of dating. I have learned in the year of being 30 to be kinder to myself. I think self-care is like a real buzzy word sometimes, but I have learned to fight for what matters to me. Things like this channel, going to therapy, X, Y, and Z. I've learned to be kinder. I've learned to push myself into spaces that make me uncomfortable, learning more and more about how to be an anti-racist, how to support and conquer food scarcity, how to use the knowledge in my brain to help other small businesses or nonprofits like I'm doing with my box. So you know what, 30, you had your ups and downs. I welcome in being 31. Hopefully we get through 2020 so I can enjoy the rest of being 31. But anyway, let's end on a positive. I'm excited for the future. These are the 7 books I got for my birthday book haul. What did you like? Anything seem interesting? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. This is probably the closest we'll ever get to seeing Peachy on camera. Don't worry, I gave her that chicken. I cooked it myself. She seems to not like standard processed, like wet cat food, and only seems to eat chicken. And I'd rather her eat than be underweight. But this is my other cat, Peachy. Peachy means kitty kitty in Farsi, and she is 3 and beautiful. No.
She ends up having her plane crash. She like tries to land a bunch of times in France. Spy mission and crashes.
YouTube star, he says.
Captain Churchill. And it sounds like they actually fell in love. Can you imagine falling in love in the
Does not want to be a star anymore.